Triple H Shade 45. It's the weekend work. It's Coach PR alongside my co-host.
I'm supposed to say my name?
Oh, Producer Ree over there scratching your beard, bro. Like, I thought you was getting ready to say it. Like, Producer Ree.
Producer Ree, y'all.
Producer Ree with a special guest, Ree. We got a special guest. You hear the voice?
Super special guest, y'all.
Special guest. I don't even know who her DJ name is. I think it's Sylk, Latin, Suede, something like that. I know who she is, though. She ain't from Queens, too. We can't do that. We can't do that.
We sorry, bro.
This is why Hollis and Queens Village be having problems.
See, that must be why it's across the track. Look, because I'm sitting here like, so what you gonna say?
But you just gonna let them talk about you like
look,
that?
Listen, because they ain't say nothing about me, but what you gonna say?
And she represents Queensbridge, Roxanne Shante.
Yes.
High and clap.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all for pulling up.
Thank you.
Before I start off, this is not for you, Sylk, all right? I love you, Sean. I really do. Like, I was telling Ree this before that because of, I remember exactly what I was wearing, what I was doing at that time. I remember everything. And seeing that movie on Netflix,
Yes.
I cried. I'm serious. I brought it to you because the memories.
Right.
Look at Sylk. Sylk, come on, man. I'm not keeping
he
the
does
Queens,
this a
right?
lot nowadays. He's real emotional when he goes that far back.
When I think about my life and this, thank you very much. That's what I want to say.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you hear that a lot.
Let me tell you, and I do. And one of the things, but from each person and from each individual, it affects them their own way. So, I tell people all the time that was the purpose of the movie. The movie was for you to experience, people thought that it was going to be a musical. They thought it was going to be all about the Roxanne life, and it was going to be the Roxys, and it was going to be the fur coats and everything else. But what they didn't understand, that there was a real struggle in Queens.
Yeah.
And one of the things is the struggle didn't just start with our generation. There was struggle generations before that led us to be the hustlers that we are today.
Yep.
So in order for people to understand who Roxanne Shante is, they needed to know what I came from, what I experienced, and why I'm the way I am.
Right.
I crack jokes. I like to see everybody smile, but people also know that I'm very no nonsense when it comes to certain things, and I stand on my ground. I believe family is first, but I also know that if there is some way to get some money, if there's some way to make things happen, I make it happen. I do that, and I wanted people to be able to see that from the movie so they could just get a better understanding of Roxanne Shante today so that they can know who I am and why I'm the way I am.
So let's play some music so we can let the people know who you are and the way you are.
Absolutely. Please
Right?
believe it, baby.
So, you want to play some music? Nah, we're going to let our DJ do it. Right, let's go. So they got a job, man. We're going to talk about that right after on the other side. They're good up here now.
Wait till I see you in the hood.
Yes. Triple H Shade 45 was weekend work. C's. Ooh, you're going to love this, C's.
Triple H Shade 45. It's the weekend work, y'all. It's your boy Producer Ree. I'm here with Coach PR, and we got our special guest.
We got hip hop.
Yeah, we got
royalty.
We got the queen, the original queen,
The original
queen coming out of Queens.
Yeah,
word.
So how do you like end up with Roxanne? How'd that happen?
So I got called up to do a gig, and the guy who called me up was like, "Yo, there's a DJ here that's gonna be playing, but I don't trust the way he play to handle her show. So can you come through, just do her show or whatever?" So I got there and I set up, and Shani is all over the place. She's dropping all types of cues from the corner, and she's standing in a circle of people, and she's like, "Drop it!" And I'm like, "Where the hell is she?" And I'm just dropping stuff. So after the whole party was done and everything, she was like, "Yo, give me your Twitter," and she got my Twitter handle. She hit me up on Twitter, and next thing you know, she's like, "Yo, I want you to be my DJ." 10 years later.
Still DJ.
Still DJing.
That's how I kept it Queens.
Yep.
Absolutely. And one of the things is that I've had only the greats DJ for me. So before he was my DJ, DJ before him was Grand Wizard Theodore, the one who invented the scratch.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get
History.
no better than the person who invented the scratch.
Right, exactly.
So my thing was Theodore had he had actually opened up the Scratch Academy. So
Right,
he
okay.
started
Yep.
teaching, so he couldn't tour anymore. And we were doing an event which was like a game night. So I just figured like, okay, well, let's just see who hosts with me for the game night, because you just drop records when I say it. And he was able to keep up.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I could take him because he can keep up. Because in order to be my DJ, you needed to be a real DJ. You needed to know how to touch vinyl. You couldn't be a record selector. Right. There's a difference between a true DJ and a record selector. A record selector shows up with their laptop,
playlist.
and then they just go through their playlist and they're just selecting
I'm
records.
good at that. Sorry about
Right.
that. Amazing record selector.
Amazing selector. But before Theodore, you had who's your first DJ? Let the people know who the first DJ was.
Molly Mall. You know, so
so my
Sylk,
first man,
DJ
like you're coming to follow some big steps, bro.
And then after that,
exactly
right, and then after Molly, my DJs, because I had Biz, I didn't necessarily need a DJ because Biz was a human orchestra, so he did everything for me. But after that, all of my DJs have only been Juice Crew members. I've never had a DJ outside of that. Besides Grand Wizard Theater. So that meant Biz was my DJ, Kane was my DJ, Cool G Rap was my DJ, Polo was my DJ, Cool V was my DJ.
Shit, this before they came out too, right?
Like, exactly. And I was a person who believed in sharing the stage. And I think that has a lot to do with my longevity.
Wait, say those names again. Did you hear those names? You heard those names?
Exactly.
It was all of them.
All of them. Like Kane, she said Kane was her DJ.
And he'll tell you, like, I was Shantae's DJ before I became Big Daddy Kane, because it was almost like a rites of passage. If you could tour with me, because I had the crowd, I had a lot going on, I would share the stage with you because we knew we were going to have a crowd, and this way you can be in front of that crowd. And I've always been that type of person. You know, that's a Queen's thing. We're not selfish like that. You know, if you're good or you're even better than me, I'm not going to block you because in all reality, you just make me better, as good as you are. Now, the thing about it is you can't get up here and fuck up because then that's going to make me look bad. But if you're going to get up here and do the right thing, then absolutely, you know, and that came for my generation and every generation after me that I have opened up the doors for. And then I'm not a person who brags or boasts about it because
you just talk shit on the mic, though.
Yeah, right.
You did.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, for the things I've done for people, my agreement with the universe is I won't tell if I fed you. The universe will take care of me. I'm cool with that. See, a lot of people feel like they need to do that to people. Like if they do something for somebody, they can't wait to get them in front of people to tell them that they did something for them. Not me. You know, that's never been my nature. I've never been that way. Even when I was younger and we'd all go out, if I seen somebody who didn't have nice clothes, I was a really good booster. I'd be like, yo, hold up. You could go out with us, but wait, give me a second. I'll run into a store, get them a whole brand new outfit, come in and be like, okay, now here, put your clothes on. Come on, now you hanging with the rest of us. Because I've always felt that when you do that for people, there's just a certain balance that comes in your life.
That's crazy. That's dope. That's dope. That's real, too.
That's real, right? That's the Queens.
No, it's real.
That's Queens.
Look, he's about to cry again.
That's a good heart. I don't know if that's Queens.
No, that's Queens.
No, I'm gonna tell you. Now you know one thing in Queens, we're really good. We share and we give everything. It's just that when you cross us, we still will tolerate your presence, but we never fuck with you the same. Because it's a Queens thing. Because we'll open up a house. Like, how many times have you snuck somebody in your house to sleep when you knew you wasn't supposed to?
Yeah.
But you just didn't want to see them in the street.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's real,
so that's just how we are.
Nah,
you know, a lot of boroughs don't do that. Motherfuckers uptown will leave you outside.
Yeah.
Till the sun come up.
And take your shoes.
I don't even understand uptown niggas.
Yeah, but
uptown altogether.
but wait, didn't you in the movie your mother left you outside in the hallway?
Yeah, because I wasn't in the house at a certain time.
Does that really happen?
Yeah, and that's a Queen's mom thing.
Yeah.
You know how moms lock their doors at a certain time. Like
shit goes, the chain is on.
The chain is on. There you go. You
right.
see, so you can relate to that. So that's what a lot of people could look at the movie and relate to that because they knew what it was like. You were late. And you think you grown? Well, then you don't come in here because I got these other kids in here, and you're not gonna let them think that it's okay to do that because that's the way it was, especially in a single parent household. She's not she's leading by example. And if you happen to be the oldest, the example is you.
That's right.
So she can't let you walk over her because then they all gonna think they can do that. She can't let you come in late because then they all gonna think they can come in late.
And I had a Jamaican mom, so I know exactly what the hell you talking about.
Yeah,
see, there you go. There you
both
go.
of my parents.
Yeah.
Both of them West Indian.
Oh my!
Do you know how to DJ?
Yes, I do.
All right, so let's play some music. What you want to play?
Ah, shucks. Now that's
because you got your own show. We're gonna talk about that right after that. Let's talk about that right now. Play some music. What you want to hear?
We gonna play some Roxanne Shante shit.
Oh, see, that was easy. See,
here we go.
Let's play the one.
We gonna play Big Mama. Let's start some trouble.
That's what you wanted to hear. What you wanted to say?
Damn, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one where you dissing KRS One and them.
Okay, that's Have a Nice Day.
Yeah.
Oh, Have a Nice Day.
And that's the name of the show.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, see, that's perfect. Triple A Shade 45. Have a Nice Day's coming to Sirius Tuesday. Roxanne Shante, DJ Satin.
Yeah, that's Monday.
Monday's DJ Satin, Roxanne. DJ.
All
right. DJ Leather. DJ
Satin. I'm not gonna even wait to the hood. I'm just waiting till you get downstairs.
Nah, DJ Sylk, Roxanne Shante. Oh, have a nice day. Triple A Shade 45. Let me hold something, Shante.
My mother said I can't lend people money. You always gotta pull your mother.
Yeah, pull your mother.
You be like, look, my mother said I can't let nobody.
And nobody's gonna disrespect that too.
They just don't need their
Just like, all right, let me go ask Rita and fuck it.
Yeah. And I look, or you be like, go ask the ugly girl.
Yeah.
You'd be like, why you walking her to the store? Because you know, queens, y'all will walk somebody to the store and take their whole life away.
Oh my God.
Oh shit! So you go to the store?
Listen, you know y'all become a couple when y'all go to the store together. You be like, nah, I saw them two going to the store together.
That's it.
No more.
You're a couple.
No hotel.
Yeah.
No going to each other's house. No, none of that. All he did was like, yo, I saw them going to the store together.
Damn. So
last night, she walked over here. He's like, yo, where you going? She's like, nah, I'm getting ready to go to the store. He'd be like, yo, hold up, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm going to walk her to the store.
That's
Motherfuckers
it.
be like,
Right,
them
word.
niggas is married.
That's a couple right there.
There's a couple. It's over.
Yeah, you're a couple. Once you go to the store, and don't go to the store in the wintertime. You go to the store in the wintertime, that means y'all really like.
Yeah, I was about to say that's
Yeah.
commitment.
That's commitment.
That's commitment.
Yeah.
That's commitment.
Have a nice day, Monday,
Yes,
right?
Monday.
I said Tuesday, but it's Monday because Tuesday you're actually off.
Well, no, Tuesday. No, listen, you ain't gonna get me fired.
We just got here,
See,
man.
look. See,
we're not even leaving.
I'm Queens, motherfucker. I told you that because I thought we was Queens. And you was
No,
gonna
we
keep it
cool. We
quiet.
cool. So
Get 'em, Sean.
You're on every day right now.
I'm on every day.
Every day.
Monday through Friday.
What's the times?
4 to 7.
4 to 7.
Please believe it.
First live show on Rock the Bell.
Live every day.
Wow.
Every day, y'all rock the bells radio.
She's starting to look like they threatening me right now. So you better not act up, coach. Like, look, every day we on live, bro.
Live. I'm here. Whether you see me or not, I am here.
That's so good. That's the first live show.
Yes, it is. It's the first live show on LL Cool J station, and it's called Have a Nice Day with Roxanne Shante and featuring DJ Sylk. And it's from 4 to 7. And what I'll do is during the showtime, it's our job to take you back into time. So I'm going to take you back to the days when you played Skelly. I'm going to take you back to Quarter Waters and Doofy Juices.
Scrape my top right
you
now.
Know, exactly. I'm going to take you back to Quarter Waters and Doofy Juices and drinking out the Johnny Pump and, those type of things. The things that we don't necessarily get a chance to reflect and remember because so many people are so busy with everything else today.
Yeah.
I'm going to take you back to the time before you even had kids or if you have kids. Just take you back to a good time before you had bills where you could say, you know what? I'm gonna zone out from 4 to 7, and then after that you gotta grow back up. But during that time,
After that, you gotta grow
you gotta grow back
back
up
and pay
after
your
7.
bills.
But
Yeah, pay your
during the time of that, I just want to make sure that you enjoy. And LL felt that there was a need for that there was a need. Like he's like, you know what, I really like what it is that you do, and I want to bring that to my listeners. And I was like, okay, absolutely, let's make it happen. And again, there goes another Queens connection.
Yep. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
You
that's
guys
another
came
Queens.
like around the same era, right?
Exactly.
Like time.
We on tour together and everything. So, that's just another great Queens connection, which makes you sit back and say, damn, you know what? This Queens thing really means something.
Right.
I
want to ask you something. There's two things I want to ask you, but the first thing, because we were somebody said this the other day. So since we're talking about LL, do you think what Karis One went at Shan, right? Karis One went at Shan and the whole Queens. Why didn't he go at L?
Why didn't who go at L?
Karis One. Why Karis One? Like you, because people I think wanted to see that battle too, but like a lot of people knew that Karis One couldn't fuck with L. Do you think that?
I'm gonna say that they all are great MCs.
Yeah, definitely. Let's not take it away.
Right.
Let's get back to
So I don't know exactly why he didn't, but I do know that Roxanne Shante went at everybody and said names, and never ever was there an issue. Or did you not know who I was going at? Because I was always very specific.
Yeah.
Not every artist is built for that. Not every artist was going to do that. See, I didn't mind taking the loss, though I never did.
No, you didn't.
But the fact is, I was prepared for that shit to happen. So I was willing to jump in that fight. Everybody, they pick and they choose who it is they go at when they go at them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's like what I respected you as an MC, especially as female MCs, because you was going at dudes. You was going,
yeah.
The females that you were going at, I guess they didn't even really matter because I didn't even know them.
They didn't want any problems.
You was coming at the dudes, you was swinging at them, and you was going hard. And like I remember being a kid and listening to you going at KRS-One and them. And it was like, oh shit, Roxanne Shante, damn, she going hard on these, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely,
a lot of the females, even to this day, they should really follow in your footsteps to really champion the hip hop the right way. I think.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. As far as females in hip hop today, I so appreciate where they have taken it as far as financially and business-wise, because see, now they're in such a stronger position where they can demand certain things that back in the days we weren't in a position for that. It was like if you were a female rapper and you were on a record company and you didn't necessarily like your record company, people tried to treat it like you was an abusive marriage. Listen, things gonna get better. Don't leave. You know what I'm saying? He only like that when he drinking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you were kind of stuck in it because there was no one to give you that rescue moment.
Right.
You know, where now they have so much opportunity. Like, listen, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't care.
That's that.
You know, and they can walk away with that type of power. And we didn't necessarily have that. So for my sisters who are in the business today, and even my younger sisters who are trying to get in the business, I admire them for wanting to be independent and putting their own things. Because I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, if you signed with a major label and you were only getting 10 cents off an album, right? And it took them 10 years to pay you that 10 cents off of those albums that you sold, it is a lot better to go independent and make all that money yourself straight from the beginning, because at the end of the day, you're never going to cheat yourself.
Right.
You're not.
And you went through all that shit.
And I went through all of that. But the thing about it was, hip hop was never my main source of income. And not only, another thing too was the fact that I never embraced it as a big career. You're a star. Look at this. Like, I just wasn't that way.
It was a hobby to you, right?
I was just very humble with it. It was just another hustle to me.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so that's what it was for me.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I grew up so fast. I didn't have a chance to have hobbies. This was my hustle. I would go to a battle, win the money, come back, take care of my family. Like, people would say from the 80s, there are not a lot of pictures of Roxanne Shante. And the reason why there are not a lot of pictures of me, not because I wasn't a pretty girl, not because I wasn't that, but because the circle of people that I was with, those niggas wasn't taking pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
So therefore, there was, you know, we didn't, like, if somebody came around with a camera and was constantly taking pictures, we thought you worked for the police.
Right. That wasn't happening back
You know what
then.
I'm
That
saying?
shouldn't happen like that.
Right.
back then.
So,
Yeah.
What's going on?
Right. You know, so the thing about it was, that was my circle. And because that was my circle, and even though I was Roxanne Shante, I never thought about, I need to have these pictures for later on in life so that, you know, I'll be able to talk about what I had on and all that other stuff. And I was like, nah, you know, he don't take pictures, I don't take pictures. We just don't take pictures. So you wouldn't find us like, hey, you know, we sitting on $1 million. We from Queens. We got it buried in the back of the yard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We just didn't do that.
Hey, feds.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that shit wasn't happening back then.
When I see a person who from the past has a lot of photos, you know, I say, oh, okay, well then you weren't in the circles that I ran in, because you wouldn't have that many motherfucking pictures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The only pictures like you fretted to take, the only pictures you had were like
From the
wedding
Deuce,
pictures,
or from 42nd,
and then 42nd Street pictures you had before you got money.
Yeah,
Because then once you got money, you didn't even go to 42nd Street to take pictures or go to movies
That's
no more.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You gave up the sticky floors and the karate flicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I come back from, because I'm sure that I'm a lot older than everyone here, though it may not seem like it, but I probably do. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. At the end of the day, I remember when HBO was a separate little box.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I remember it
that.
too.
You remember when HBO was a little box that came out?
Yeah,
with
Top Top of the
and
TV.
WHT.
WHT, yeah.
Oh yeah, and
You clicked either A or B on the box.
Yeah, see, all right. So they're good. So we all look good. See that Vaseline and drinking water?
Cocoa butter, yo.
See, that's what did it.
You always did radio, but you did radio before, right?
No, everybody thinks that I did radio. Okay. And the thing about it is I did this.
Shante, you wasn't on.
This will be my first radio show.
Oh, for real?
Wasn't with Molly Moore on the radio?
That was Molly's show.
Oh,
okay. But
that don't count.
His show, right? Okay.
Oh, quick question. You got, when you did your contract, you signed a clause so that they would pay for you to go to school?
Right.
Like, that's amazing. That's the equivalent to like what a lot of the good business
I think
females
that's
are doing
better.
today.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna tell you, when they
Right.
did that clause wasn't placed there because they felt like, okay, this is something that we want to provide for her. That clause was placed there because we got this 14-year-old girl. We don't have her in school. We're bouncing her all around the country. We got her doing shows. She doesn't even have a home address. So just in case someone does decide to come and rescue this little girl, let's have this clause in here that says we were going to pay for her education once she came off tour. So that's why that was in my contract. But what they did not count on was that the little girl was going to grow up. She was going to find the contract. They never had put an expiration date on it, and that she was going to use it. So that's where that happened. But the intent of it was not because they wanted to do something positive for me.
It
was a
It
hiatus.
was to cover, yeah, exactly.
Right,
Because I was out of the group home. I came straight out of the group home, which meant there was no parental control there, and there was no one there to take up for me. There was no one to talk for me. They felt like, being a ward of the state, people feel like that they can do literally anything to you. And so that's why now I have a nonprofit organization called Mind Over Matter, and I'm a CASA, which is a court-appointed special advocate for children who are in foster care and misplaced adoption. So I go to court and speak for them, for these kids, because I didn't have anyone to speak for me and my sisters when we were younger. So now I go to court and I speak for them, so much so that when the judges see me enter into their chambers or they see me enter into their courtroom, the first thing they do is they say, listen, find out whatever case she has and let's hurry up and get her out of here, because you know what she's going to do. Because, I'm not afraid of a crowd or a microphone. I don't give a fuck where it is.
Right.
I'll be like, listen, Your Honor, is this on?
Microphone check, mic check.
Okay, listen, let me just tell you. These kids right here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to get that money. You're going to put them in school, or I'm going to act a fool. And then so a lot of times when parents see me come into court, they're like, listen, can I get you, is there any way that I can get you on my case? Is there any way that I can have you, a part of, because I'm about mending families and getting them back. Like, I will tell parents, like, listen, you really fucking up. Like, when I show up, this is the last of the line.
Right.
You can't mess up no more.
That's
Once
right.
I'm here,
That's right.
this is what happens. And then and they can appreciate that. When I knock on the door of parents, or foster care parents, and I tell them, like, I knock on the door, and they'll come to the door and they'll be like, hold up, ain't you Roxanne Shante? What you doing here? I say, listen, let me just tell you, if I'm at your door, you fucking up. For real.
Not because I'm giving you an autograph.
Right? Like, I ain't here to bust rhymes. I'm here to tell you what's here at hand. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let you know. And they be like, what? Oh, and then the next thing you know, for the child, it becomes 100% improvement. Now the foster parent buys them sneakers. Now the foster parent buys them clothes. Why? Because girl Roxanne Shante came to my house. I invited her to the birthday party. She came to the birthday. Because, I'll do that. I'll go to the birthday parties. I'll go to their barbecues to show them my support for this child.
Yeah, you're great energy.
You know what I mean?
Right?
So thank you.
Yeah.
So, so this way, there's a whole bunch of balance for me to provide the things that I didn't have. I'm a 2-time breast cancer survivor, and I think a lot of that contributes to the fact that I'm supposed to be here. There's things that I am supposed to do.
You ain't finished yet.
No, I'm not finished at all. But there's one thing that I would like to clear up. I just would like everybody in the world to know that DJ Sylk let my coat get stolen in Istanbul, and it's a coat that I really like.
To see,
and
that's that queen shit, man.
Listen,
Come on, man.
Listen, I just need to let the world know that. So for all of you listeners out there, I just wanted to let y'all know that DJ Sylk let them steal my coat in Istanbul.
Was it that?
Really?
Which was the fur coat?
No, this was a nice
Who wears
yellow
a fur
coat
coat in Istanbul?
Yeah.
I thought she still had the same fur coat from back in the day.
That's some Queens Village shit.
I heard a story from Russell Simmons that a hollis nigga will steal your shit and help you look for that shit after they steal
Yo,
your
that's real shit. They do. Yo. On that note,
Yeah,
Shante,
I'm calling
thank
the
you
whole
for
Hollis crew right now.
thank you for pulling up. Have a nice day. Monday through Friday,
4 to 7.
4 to 7. And
Yeah.
your Instagram. Tell everybody your social media. Instagram.
My Instagram, everything is very simple. It's the letter I, the letter M, Roxanne Shante, and that's on everything. The letter I, the letter M. Like my kids told me to put I am. I thought the motherfucker said I am, so therefore everything is I am.
And so, what's your
Yes, it's at DJ SYLK on everything.
On everything. And just to let you know, people, I just showed her Instagram. I've been reaching out to her since February. I finally got her because she's in the building
Persistence works.
now. Persistence, finally, right? Thank you very much. Appreciate you, and we love you.
Thank you. Love
That's
you
real.
too.
I feel good.
Coming through,
I had a nice day today.
Thank you.
This is dope, man. Dope. Triple H 845 Weekend Work.